Hi everyone, welcome to the Read Aloud, Phoebe the Spy. You know, in life everybody has a unique mission. No one else can accomplish it. It could be one small action that makes a huge difference. In the story Phoebe the Spy, a 13-year-old girl makes a decision and creates an act of courage that actually changed the outcome of the American Revolutionary War. Phoebe the Spy. In the spring of 1776, the year Phoebe Francis was 13 years old, Phoebe was going to be a spy for the colonists in America who were fighting for their freedom from the British. At that time, when most black people in New York were slaves, Phoebe and her family were free. Phoebe's father, Samuel, owned the Green's Head Tavern, a popular eating and meeting place among the patriots. They trusted Samuel and knew that they could talk freely without the British learning of their plans. One morning, Samuel sat down next to his daughter and he said, "Phoebe, I have something important to tell you." Phoebe saw a troubled look on his face. "Yes, father," she said. "Phoebe, it's a perilous time in our country and difficult to find someone that you can trust with a dangerous secret. I'm glad I can trust you. You've learned from me how to listen well, talk little, and obey." Phoebe was pleased that her father was proud of her. "Phoebe, General Washington is in danger. It is he who is keeping the colonies together, but there are those who don't agree with what he is doing. New York is full of soldiers, some devoted to the cause of freedom and some not. These men would just as easily change sides if they were paid enough money. Phoebe, I need your help. General Washington will be coming to New York and staying at the Mortier House. It is there that someone is going to attempt to harm the general. I need you to go there as a housemaid, to listen and to watch." "But father," Phoebe responded, "if a whole army cannot keep him safe, how can I?" "All I want you to do is listen and watch. You are to do nothing, but to report to me each day. Do you understand?" "Yes, father. What should I look for?" she asked. "Someone close to Washington, whose name begins with T, plans to harm the general. You just report to me. Do not take any action that would put you in danger." Her father continued, "You will meet me each day at the market and report anything suspicious. You are not to do anything dangerous. And Phoebe, this is the most important thing for you to know. Trust no one. No one." The next day, Phoebe left for the Mortier House. Over the next several days, she took care of the general and his family and listened closely to the guests coming in and out of the house. She met with her father each evening but had nothing to report. She made friends with the cook's 8-year-old son, Pompey, and enjoyed the company and small gifts of a bodyguard named Hickey. After 2 months had passed, her father urgently approached her one evening. "Phoebe, the general will be leaving New York in a few days. If T is planning to act, he will do it soon." The next day, Phoebe worked anxiously, convinced someone was going to shoot the general. She was concerned with where the general sat at the dining room table, his back facing the open window. That whole evening, while preparing the dinner plates, the bodyguard Hickey visited her in the garden. For a slight second, Phoebe considered telling him her concern. After all, he was one of General Washington's bodyguards, and his name did not begin with T. Just as she was about to say something, she remembered her father's words, "Trust no one," and she stopped. That's when she noticed something strange. Hickey was sprinkling something white on the general's peas. However, when she looked more closely, she did not see anything. Phoebe didn't think any more about it. She took the plate and the others into the dining room to serve General Washington and his guests. Washington looked down at the plate and said, "June peas. How did you get them so early?" "It wasn't me, sir. It was Mr. Hickey." General Gates, sitting next to Washington, said, "Tell Thomas Hickey thank you for the nice surprise." Phoebe stopped. "Thomas," she thought, "he's the one. Pompey, run to get my father at the Queen's Head," and then, not concerned about what General Washington might think of her, she picked up his plate and tossed its contents out the window. "What's the meaning of this?" asked Washington. Phoebe replied, "Sir, look out the window." And sure enough, a few chickens that had eaten the peas lay motionless Sir, the peas poisoned the chickens. I saw Hickey pour white powder on your peas. Much commotion followed, with General Gates shouting orders to find Hickey and others scrambling about Washington. Within minutes, Phoebe's father had arrived. After all the upheaval had passed, Washington spoke to Phoebe. I am grateful to know people whom I can trust. Thank you for your quick action and bravery, Phoebe. Hickey was captured and arrested, and you know the rest of the story. General Washington went on to win the war, and as a result, we have our freedom today. After the war, Washington chose to have his victory and farewell celebration at the Queen's Head Tavern. It still exists today, and it's called the Francis Tavern. What do you think might have happened if Phoebe hadn't obeyed her inner voice and she had not acted quickly and thrown out the peas? What if she had disobeyed her father and told Hickey what she knew about someone trying to kill Washington? Her one action made a difference in the entire war. So what do you think the author's trying to tell us? What's the message? Phoebe made that decision to obey her father, and she made the decision to throw the peas out. What do you think the author wants to say about when we hear our inner voice and what we should do? I hope you liked Phoebe the Spy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.